Resident Evil the deck building game is a 1 to 4 player card game based on the popular video game franchise done by Capcom. This game takes various aspects from many other deck building games. The two that stand out for me is Dominion and Thunderstone, but this throws in a bit of Resident Evil charm. In this game, you will take control of a character from the Resident Evil franchise and are thrown into a mansion, kind of like the first game in the Resident Evil series, where you will buy and use weapons from the games, play actions to help your character for bonuses, and explore the mansion to survive and overall win the game. To win the game, you must be the player with the most decoration at the end of the game, or the last remaining player, because everyone else has been eaten. We will talk about decoration later, and this game ends when the main mansion boss is defeated. This infected creature card varies from mansion to mansion deck. In this game, there are various card types, and these card types are character cards, action cards, weapon cards, item cards, infected cards, token cards, and ammunition cards. These cards can really swing the tide of the game for you, as all characters play different and have unique playstyles. For example, Jill Valentine in the core set works really well with explosive weapons, and if you play to her strengths, you will do very well with her, as this works for other characters too, such as Jack Krauser, who really works well with knives. The game rewards you for playing to your character's strengths and how you really build your deck to support your character. There are various game modes in this card game, and we will be exploring them all at some point. And trust me when I say that some of the modes in this card game are extremely fun and extremely exciting. So with that being said, let's get into the rules. First, you decide who's going first, and then you will choose your character. Note when you choose your character card, their health, and also when their level abilities will trigger. We will get to the level system when we talk about declaration later. You will then choose whether to start with a basic loadout or a personal loadout. A basic loadout consists of 7x10 ammo/gold cards, 1 handgun, and 2 combat knives. Or you can do personal loadouts for your characters, which can be found in the rulebook which came with the game. You then shuffle your inventory deck well and place it to one side. Now with your starting loadout and inventory deck sorted, we will need to set up the board for the game. There are many scenarios in the rulebook to get you started playing this game, as well as making your own, but that will be covered in a later video. On the screen you can see how a game is set up of Resident Evil the deck building game. Just make sure you shuffle that mansion deck well, with all the infected cards in it, and shuffle the weapon cards too, due to some of them having custom weapons in it that can be found ready for your pleasure to use. Now, with all this done, we are ready to begin play. Starting with the first player's turn, you will draw 5 cards, and this will be your starting hand. On your turn, you will be able to do 3 of the following phases in any order. The phases are 1 action, 1 buy, and 1 explore. Also, you can use your character's level abilities at the correct time. For example, at Jack Krauser's level 1 ability, it states at the beginning of your turn, gain 1 knife weapon. So obviously you will gain a knife weapon from the board and put it in your discard pile. You can also play item cards during your turn also if you need to use them, such as first aid spray if your character is low on health. In this game, the cards you play can grant you various bonuses. For example, the Merchant.
Thank you.
As you can see on the card, it allows you to do multiple things. It grants you 20 additional gold, 1 more buy phase, and you can draw 1 card from your inventory deck. Each action card in Resident Evil varies from card to card, but you will see that in play during the series on this YouTube channel. We will move on to the buy phase, and this allows you to buy cards from the board in front of you. You can buy cards by using the gold in your hand. For example, here I have 40 gold in my hand, and I want to buy a card from the board. The cost of the cards can be found in the top right of the card in the gold coin. So I will spend 40 gold to gain a pump action shotgun, as it costs 40 gold. I will then place it into my discard pile, ready to be cycled through my deck when I need to reshuffle my inventory. Now, last but not least, the explore phase. You don't have to explore if you want to, it's completely optional. But in this case, I will show you how it works and how the interactions will go. In the Mansion deck, there are a vast swarm of iconic enemies from the Resident Evil franchise, and this can vary from mansion to mansion. In this deck, we have infected cards and also token cards too, such as this rocket launcher case, which grants you a rocket launcher weapon, because if you've played any Resident Evil game, that's how you defeat most of the final bosses.
Game over.
Anyway, you will place the weapon cards that you wish to use on your explore phase in front of you so others can see what you're about to do. For example, I have a pistol in my hand with 40 ammo also in my hand. You could choose how much ammo you want to put in the pistol up to the maximum amount on the weapon. For example, this pistol requires 20 ammo to do 10 damage. Each weapon is different and requires different amounts of ammunition to be used, and you can only use your weapon once. For example, this pump action shotgun can do 25 damage but requires 40 ammo, but also it will come with an additional explore as stated on the card. So make sure to read your weapons carefully and also do multiple different things. But anyway, the pistol requires 20 ammo to do 10 damage. As I have 40 ammunition, I will only need 20 to use this weapon. So that 20 other ammunition is pointless at this moment. So I will go into the mansion doing 10 damage. And obviously with the mansion deck being this way, I do not know what's behind the door. So let's see what I encounter. And I encounter a Dr. Salvador. And on the infected cards, it will tell you their total health, how much damage they will do to you if you don't defeat them, and other effects if revealed or defeated, and how much declaration they will grant you as well. So as you can see, Dr. Salvador has 20 health, and I am only doing 10 damage. So currently, I will be taking 15 damage from him. And because he was not defeated, he gets put back into the mansion deck at the bottom. Obviously, if I defeated him, I could have claimed his declaration, but unfortunately, I came up short in this round. Now, for declaration. On your character's card, as you can see, you have 2 level abilities. These are unlocked when you get to that number or surpass that number with the defeated infected cards that you have claimed. Read your abilities carefully as they can grant you various powerful abilities. Obviously level 1 is quite standard, but level 2 is a bit of a kicker. So remember, as your numbers increase, you can use both of your abilities. When you defeat an infected card, place it next to or under your character card. For example, Dr. Salvador grants me 2 declaration. This will continue to add up to my final score overall and will continue to level up my character too. Declaration varies from monster to monster, so be prepared to fight some nasty creatures from the Resident Evil franchise. And read the infected cards out loud too, and read them carefully as some can do more damage if you use the wrong type of card, or it might affect other players too. Now, in Resident Evil you can die quite a bit, so if your character is reduced to 0 for the first time, you're not out of the game quite yet. So you will have to flip your character card over for now and wait until your next turn. And when it comes back round to you, you get to shuffle your discard and your inventory deck together and then draw 5 cards. You will then flip over your character card and your total amount of health is reduced by 20. And this will end your turn, so you'll need to pass it to the next player. For example, Ada Wong's starting health is 70, but due to being defeated, it will now be 50. And if your health total is reduced to 0 once more, you will repeat the process. So if you are defeated again, her amount will go from 50 to 30, and then 30 to 10, and then 10 to 0. It is always subtracted by 20 each time, and when your character's total health is reduced to 0, you'll be out of the game for good. So, with that being said, guys, they are the rules for Resident Evil the deck building game. Hopefully this has helped you if you are out there playing this game, or if you're new to this channel and looking forward to this exciting new content that we're going to be bringing. I will be playing this game with multiple different friends and family members, and hopefully you will tune in for those episodes. If the episodes are live now, you can click on the thumbnails on the screen. If not, please leave a like on the video, comment below and tell me your thoughts, because this game is absolutely fantastic, and we hope to see you in the not too distant future when we drop episode 1. So take care, have a good one, and see you soon.